So at the end of that round, it is 4 points to Ian and Charlie and no points to Paul and Ross. And so to round 2, and it's the picture spin quiz. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
Apparently, if you paint a cross on an elephant's face and show it to itself in a mirror, it'll tap at the cross, and that proves that it can recognise itself in a mirror. And that's more than Wayne Rooney can do.
I thought it was one of the Star's easier competitions, Spot the Elephant.
No, of course, it is that scientists claim elephants can recognise themselves in their own reflection. Is this the first time this experiment has been tried?
I can't believe it is. Surely, you know, we've had mirrors for years.
Yeah.
Since the 50s. Elephants have been around since before the war. Somebody must have put the two things together, surely, by now.
Even at a fair, like a family of elephants going, "Ooh, look how skinny we are."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, according to Dr. Joshua Plotnick...
He knows nothing.
He says elephants have been examined with mirrors before. Better known as What Not to Wear by Trillian Suzanne.
Did anyone actually do an experiment to see what would happen if you give the elephant a periscope?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I certainly don't think Joshua
You've got
Plotnick
nothing
didn't
on
do
those
that.
cards, have you?
Yeah.
There's
How does that prove that the elephant knows it's the elephant in the mirror?
just after that photograph was taken, he put on a hat at a rakish angle.
What did the professor in charge of the experiment have to say?
I've wasted public money and my life. God have mercy on my soul.
He said these parallels between humans and elephants suggest a convergent cognitive evolution possibly related to complex sociality and cooperation. Yeah. Adding, "Ooh, look, he's done a big poo." You want to see some funny animal footage from this week?
No.
No.
Go on, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this?
And there was this funny thing with the horse.
Technically, has he still won because the jockey... Can it be the jockey?
Wasn't on the horse.
Fancy having a rule that you can't win unless you're on the horse. If this gives you any advantage to a jockey. I'm not going to get on the horse for this next race. I'm going to get up very early in the morning and walk round quickly.
Does the horse have to be walking? Or if you got into, like, a van and drove and then got out and then quickly, would that be allowed?
I don't think so. I think
You've got nothing
just
on
got
those
to
cards.
do.
There's nothing on there.
This is the news that, according to recent scientific research, elephants are one of the few animals that are able to recognise themselves in a mirror. On one occasion, a female elephant stared at her reflection in the mirror for more than 2 hours, while a male elephant waited outside, sitting in the car and tuffing. So, team stand by, fingers on buzzer. Paul and Ross.
I've buzzed far too soon. Is it this table?
No.
You're going to have to keep spinning.
Yeah.
It's one of these smart trains. It doesn't know it has any brakes. So when it gets up about 40, it starts screaming.
And the station's got a thing that goes, "Oh, God, no, slow down!" Please, God, no!
Is that what it is, a smart train? That...
No, it's not. No, it's I'd say that's the nearest we were going to get.
Asking, is it a smart train that says help when it goes in the tunnel?
I know what it is.
What?
It's the train driver who asked passengers on a train if anyone had any nuts and bolts.
Absolutely
to
right.
fix a problem with the train.
It was the windscreen.
That's right, the windscreen wiper was stuck.
And he said, yeah, that's right. Has anyone got a spanner or a screwdriver?
Yes.
And there was an engineer on board.
What the conductor said, would any passengers with nuts or bolts please go to the front of the train?
It's terrifying to hear that on a plane.
Damien Gaskin, 37,
That's not his
offered
real
to
name.
help because he had a Swiss Army knife.
That usually mends a high-speed train, doesn't it?
That's what that one next to the big blade with a serrated edge is called. According to Damien, one man was perched precariously with a foot on the platform and the other foot stretched across the windscreen. Later, he said he was not a Virgin employee, just a passenger. He said he'd fixed the electrics on the service the week before. The train in question was a new Pendolino. According to the Express, it means she that leans. Although it actually means he that leans. Mad. Anyway, fingers back on buzzers. Ian and Charlie.
These are young people.
Ours are the worst in Europe, apparently.
Is that the Grim Reaper's new autumn collection?
This year he's wearing grey, everybody is.
That's right. The news that our teenagers are the worst in the world accompanies the revelation that Britain's antisocial behaviour orders are being breached and are in fact seen by most yobs as a badge of honour.
If they don't want them to see them as a badge of honour, they should make kids with ASBOs dress up as members of the village people.
Why did a police officer criticise the use of geographical exclusion zones in the ASBO system?
He didn't have a map. I was really confused.
Did you just shift the ASBO people to the next zone?
Oh, no, it's because... I know all the answers.
It's fantastic. I've never sat with anyone as bright as you.
But bear in mind, I've been on that side about 5 times.
It's a kick in the teeth, isn't it? It's a kick in the teeth. That's lovely. Come here to be solid, yeah. It's a kick in the teeth, that is.
Changes and that.
I'm sorry, Ross.
Oh, and then last
but
time
it's
was
true.
like,
Charlie, go on.
Oh, OK. It's because when they set a geographical exclusion zone, the kids treat it as a game and they sort of... There's a line then they know they're not supposed to cross, an invisible line, so they sort of dance over it and go...
yeah, the Asbo Pixies.
If we're the best in the world at this, we should make an Olympic sport. Dodging the ASBO.
We'd rather blow it with the drugs test, wouldn't we?
Why should you be careful not to mention your criminal activity to your doctor?
Because it's on a database.
That's right, yes. It's claimed the government has given police and security services access to medical records, something that's known as data rape or function creep.
So what? So like 2 robots you don't want to meet.
So what, the police look through and go, oh, see, John Smith here in Loughborough, he's got burglar's elbow. There's only one way you get that.
Lock 'em up.
Embezzler's arse.
I think that's a rock formation in Scotland.
I've climbed it, yeah. There's a picture of me standing at the top.
Fingers back on buzzers. Ian and Charlie.
It's to do with small ads.
It is exactly, yes.
Lonely Hearts.
Somebody's published a book of the wittiest Lonely Hearts ads.
That's right, yeah. Examples include, list your 10 favourite albums. I just want to know if there's anything worth keeping when we finally break up. Practical, forward-thinking man, 35. And, are you Kate Bush? Write to obsessive man, 36. Note, people who aren't Kate Bush need not respond. How do you describe yourself in a Lonely Hearts ad, Paul?
I'd say second-hand fridge freezer. You don't want to be obvious on the first date, do you? needs careful attention.
Good sense of humour.
Yeah. Good sense of humour, doors falling off.
This is a collection of witty Lonely Hearts ads which had just been published as a book. An ideal stocking filler was one of the ads. Which means at the end of this round, it's Paul and Ross on nothing and Ian and Charlie on 8.
Excellent.
Time now for the odd one out. Your 4 are Hungarian Prime Minister Ferenc Gyurcsány, CNN's Kyra Phillips, George W. Bush, and the singing Gledall twins from Sheffield.
Well, Ferenc Gyurcsány was caught on microphone. He was taped secretly saying, I don't know how we've stayed in power, we're absolutely useless, we've lied all the way through. Yeah. And then that's the link.
She's the CNN reporter who slagged off her sister-in-law
Yes.
on the toilet.
Yes. During.
She took a toilet break and she was chatting to somebody else and her microphone was on. and she made disparaging comments about her sister-in-law.
That's right, yes. Her commentary was broadcast over George Bush's nationally televised speech marking the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Afterwards, hundreds of viewers rang in to complain that the banal twittering had drowned out what that nice woman in the loo was saying.